All that information you just gave to the government, including where you'll be keeping all of your guns, will be accessible to the public.
Wow, that video right there recently put out by a conservative gun rights activist, Colion Noir, to bring awareness to this HR127 load of BS that Democrats are proposing that would drastically infringe upon our Second Amendment rights. Mr. Noir joining us now to discuss HR127. This, first of all, thank you for coming on the program. This right here scares the living you-know-what out of me, Colion, because I'm a proud gun owner, CCW carrier, and you want me to tell you every gun I have and where I put it in my home and then make it public so the bad guys can come break in and steal my guns?
Pretty much. That's exactly what I read. I remember when I first looked at it and I initially thought this can't be real. Essentially because no one's that dumb. No one's that dumb to think that putting out publicly the information of gun owners and what guns they have and where they keep those guns and making that public access by any stretch of the imagination makes anyone safer. If anything, it does the complete opposite of that. But yet they've been touting this notion that, you know, this is all for public safety. We just want to save lives. We just want to do this and that. But everything they do from a political perspective and every policy that they push puts us in more danger or puts us in a position to be less powerful to defend ourselves. So I just don't quite completely understand it above and beyond the idea that they really don't care about saving lives or protecting lives. And really what this is about is control and power.
Yeah. You know, I'll admit this freely. When I was younger and dumb and naive to the realities of the world, and I would see school shootings, mass shootings like the one in Vegas, which thankfully I was there but left literally 3-4 songs before the shots rang out. I would listen to the left about certain gun control. And I would say, okay, maybe we got to meet in the middle. Maybe we got to chat with them about this. And then I'd be told by some of my gun right friends like you, hey, you can't give an inch, they'll take a mile. And I thought, no, they're never going to go this far. Then I see this nonsense and I go, oh, they're going this far. I mean, this is insane legislation that she is proposing, and it sounds like a lot of Democrats are jumping on board with her.
Yeah, no, you know, for me, when I started doing what I was doing from an advocacy perspective, you know, one of my goals was to kind of bridge that gap between the left and the right with respect to the issue of firearms. And there are a lot of people in the middle who are kind of looking for guidance and direction about how to feel and what to think about, you know, the Second Amendment. However, the people that are dominating the conversation in the media, they have no concern or desire whatsoever to meet in the middle. And as you pointed out, they just want to be able to incrementally take and take and take and take and take until there's nothing left. And then I pose this idea and this example all the time. I'm like, okay, let's say we get our universal background checks, for instance. That's one of the things they've been standing on for the longest. And we get a universal background check. Now, we all know, anybody who has any logical mind understands that criminals get their guns illegally. So whether or not you have a universal background check, a global background check, a monumental background check, it's not going to make a difference in terms of the violence that you're seeing with respect to criminals. So when another major event happens and they need to push something forward to look like they're doing something, what next? You've already got your background checks. So then they'll say, well, we need a gun registration. All right. So let's say we gave them gun registration. Again, will still have no effect whatsoever because criminals don't register their firearms for the very reason that they understand that if they register their firearms, they'll have them taken away from them because they'll know where to go and take them from. So if criminals understand that, I don't understand why regular people don't understand that. But say they gave them registration. So we have registration. At that point, something else happens because that's not going to have an effect on any of the crime. Then they'll say, okay, well, you know what? Just turn all the guns in. And again, at that point, criminals aren't turning in their guns.
Take guns away from law-abiding citizens like you and me, pal. Guess what happens? Then only criminals have the guns, and there's estimated to be over, 350 million guns in this country. So take them away from the good guys, and who's going to have bad guys? And I had this discussion last night with one of my producers, is when these liberal Democrats that are so woke come up with these nonsensical BS laws on gun control, you know why they can do it? Because guess what? They have Secret Service. They have security. They have people with what? Guns to protect them, so they don't need to carry a gun. When innocent citizens, okay, that are law-abiding need weapons to protect their family, but no, we shouldn't have them. You can preach that when you got somebody standing next to you with a gun, protecting your butt.
Exactly, and it's the point that I've been pounding and over and over and over again to the people who are kind of sitting in the middle, not really sure what to think. It's about power and it's about control. They don't care about your safety. They really don't. What they really care about is that your safety is in their hands, because your safety being in their hands means they have control of you.
Yeah. What are the 8-9 words Reagan always said? I'm with the government. I'm here to help. Those are the scariest 8-9 words you should ever hear in your life. And when they start talking about, I'm here to get your guns, that's some scary business. Colion, we're running out of time, but I want folks to follow you, to hear your message, and to get more involved about HR127, because they got to be calling their legislators in their state level and the federal level to go after her and these Democrats that are pushing this nonsense.
In 1835 in Texas, soon after a weapons confiscation request, the ladies of the settlement hastily made a flag to fly over a cannon being requested to be confiscated. The flag featured a black cannon in the center, the words "Come and take it" below, and one star above the requested weapon to be confiscated, representing the Lone Star State. Today, there was another growing gun confiscation request in all 50 of our states requesting to confiscate our AR-15s. We want the government to know what would happen if they tyrannically passed their so-called assault weapons ban. "I will not comply" is a symbolization of defiance against politicians, anti-gunners, and any other tyrannical entity looking to deprive you or your Second Amendment right as put forth in the Constitution of the United States. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment, and hit the bell and subscribe button. All right, now we have the performance mask at shop.mrcolionnoir.com. And no, these aren't the masks that suffocate you to death. You can breathe in this mask. It's lightweight material, very high quality. You know how I do.